Good morning, good morning, good morning. I just had to turn the fan on real quick. Give me a second while I view this on YouTube. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is very impromptu. Um, I actually wasn't going to go live this morning, but I've got some awesome products to share with you guys. So I wanted to take the few minutes this morning and share that with you while I still have a chance. Um, Give me a second. Let me just let everybody know that I am live. Okay. All right. Good morning, everybody. I'm not expecting a lot of people to show up because, again, I did this kind of impromptu. So I'm just going to get into today's share. And oh my God, you guys, I'm so excited. We have a few products from Decoart, some that I've been wanting to try for quite some time. And finally, they're starting to slowly get themselves back up to pace with the Artist Helping Artists program. For those of you that are not aware, I'm also part of the Artist Helping Artists program. I've been part of their program actually for going on almost 5 years now. Super excited and super blessed to be a part of this amazing, you know, slew of artists and creators. And thank you so much to Decoart for, as always, uh, helping us out with products here and there. We do greatly appreciate it. And so, you guys, I have a few products to share with you guys today. We're gonna do a quick little kind of like a demo, and I'm just gonna bring some of these down because I did kind of place them up here. Okay, we have a few different gessos to test out. You guys know I've been playing around lately with the chalky finish paints as a substitute for gesso. And oh my goodness, to my amazement and surprise, when I went over to the Artist Helping Artists program that I saw gesso listed on their order sheet, I was like, yay! So you guys, let's go over the gessos first, and then I'll show you what other little goodies I have. So I've got a few of the chalky finish gessos. I only got to really test out one, but I got a few of them. I got a really large one in white. So you guys, they have them in different sizes. Originally, we were getting our gessos in these little containers like this. These are about 4 ounces, and that's how their gesso was originally, you know, uh, being sold. But as you guys know, especially if you deal with a lot of different mediums and paints and different types of surfaces like glass, metals, so on and so forth, you need a lot of gesso a lot of the times in order to be able to completely, cover your surfaces well. And so, definitely need to meet some chalky gessos. And I'm super excited. This one is the all white. Okay, and this is a 32 ounce. I've gone ahead and listed all of the items with their part numbers, with their item numbers down in the description area down below. So if you're interested in anything that I'm sharing with you today, I don't want to have to read out each and every single one of the part numbers. Just make sure that you open up that description area. You're going to find the name and you're going to find the ounces, which this is 32. And then you're also going to find the part number. The part number is going to be the very first part. So when you're searching them on either Google, Amazon, or any of the stores, or if you're going to Decoart especially, then you can go ahead and find these products with their part numbers, okay? So we have the chalky finish, the chalky gesso, which I'm so super excited about, you guys. If you've been watching my channel for any amount of time, you know that for the past couple, I would say the last almost half of a year, maybe a little bit longer than that, I've been kind of playing around with the chalky paints that they also have. And I've been using that as a substitute for gesso on a lot of occasions because I do like the grainy finish that it has. It has texture and tooth, but it's still kind of smooth, which I really, really love. So we have the white. And again, they have them in different sizes. I know that they have an 8 ounce, a 16 ounce, and a 32 ounce. I'm not sure if they have a 4 ounce though. We also have the gray, and we also have the beige, and they have a couple other different colors as well, but these are the ones that I've mainly chose. I chose the beige because when we're doing like vintagey type of projects, or sometimes we don't want necessarily like a stark white background. This is very close to a skin tone. So if I wanted to, let's say, gesso a face so that I can add other layers of color on there, then this will basically give me a preliminary kind of base tone for that. So I'm super excited about that. I do apologize about any noises happening outside. They've been doing construction here for the last, I'm gonna say like 3 weeks. And it's an ongoing situation. They give us a month break and then they're back. So we got these. So we got these three in the chalky finish. This is gonna last me quite some time. And I cannot wait to use it. I'm gonna be testing these out for you guys in a little bit. This is why I have my chipboard out here, so that I can go ahead and test that out with you and see how that kind of shows. Give me a second. And if you stay tuned to the end, I have an announcement about the store that I'm going to be making. Not so much of an announcement, but more or less an update. So I'll give you guys that bit of information towards the end of this video. Now, the other two that I got were the traditional white and black gesso. Now, this gesso does not look like, I wish I had more of the other gesso that they have. It doesn't necessarily look like the gesso that we were originally buying. So I have to definitely check this out. But this is traditional. This is called Traditions White Gesso. Okay, and I got this in a 16 ounce. And then we have the black, which I'm really excited about the black. Yes, and it's black, black, black. So that'll be fun to play with and use. And I also got another one of the Decoupage glue sealers in matte. You guys know I do a lot of collaging in my work. And this glue is amazing for doing collaging and things of that nature. So definitely check that out. And that is the Decoupage in matte, not in matte, in matte. All right, you guys. Some of the other products that I received from them. I got this Americana Decor Crackle medium. Okay. And it says create aged crackle finishes on a variety of surfaces. And basically what you have to do is you have to, with a brush, you have to apply an even coat of medium over a sealed or painted surface. So basically, in order to use this product, what you're going to want to do to create that crackle is you want to paint your surface. You want to give it a base color first after you've primed it or, you know, gessoed it or you've painted over it. Then after that is that you apply this and you allow it to dry. And this is going to create crackles that you can go ahead then and either spray over, stain, you know, do all different kinds of awesome techniques with. So I got this so that I can go ahead and try this out. I don't think I've played very much with their crackle medium. So I'm definitely going to be working with this baby in the next couple. So stay tuned if you would like to learn how to work with the crackle finish. Now, two other products that I got. It's new to this. It's new to Decoart, and I already did use this. And I'm gonna show you real quick what I did use it on. I've been playing because I've been kind of stuck without being able to do much. So I've been kind of playing. I got this little box for this thing that I ordered from my baby Venus. And I had this cute little box. I mean, it wasn't cute when I first got it. It was a regular box, this color. But I decided to kind of, you know, play with it a little bit. I was kind of sitting here unable to do much. I still not finished, but it's kind of like a locked box. So you basically take the key out. You gotta take the key out the right way, or it won't open. So you take the key out. Like I said, it's not finished. I still have to do the inside, and it pretty much stays open. And the key kind of holds it closed. So once you put that key in there, it basically holds it closed for you, and then you won't be able to kind of open it up. So that's kind of how that is. And I used this gold on here because I wanted to see more or less how sheer it was, or how opaque, and it is rather sheer, I will say that. I haven't tested out the green. I have to test out the green, but we're going to play a little bit with that today. I'm going to at least give you guys some swatches, but this is in matte. So these are metallic colors in matte. Usually you guys will see me often use they're metallic, dazzling metallic, which is a little bit, well, it's not a little bit, it's very shiny and very metallic-y. So this one still gives you some of the metallic properties, but it's just not as shiny on the surface once it's all dried up. So this is called matte metallics. Again, it's the flat metallics, and I got this in emerald green and in gold. Okay. And I'm gonna kind of group these in and do them like that. So the next one that we have is some Galaxy glitters. I shared with this you guys a couple months ago when they first came out with the Galaxy glitters. I thought I was getting different colors, but I guess I ordered two of the same ones that I already have, which is the Silver Moon. And I'm not sure if I have the Supernova Berry, but I might. So this is a Supernova Berry. Super pretty. We're going to go ahead and test swatch those as well. And this is the Galaxy Glitter. And this one is in the Milky Way Blue. It's so pretty. And then, of course, you guys know I needed a green. And this is Extraterrestrial Green. And I believe that they're like adding more colors and adding more colors, because I don't remember having these originally there, but these are awesome. I love them. I love them. I love them. They do have a learning curve when you're going to use them, depending on how you're going to use them. There's various ways to apply these to get more concentration or less concentration of the glitter, depending on how, you know, how saturated you want your project to be. Some of the other items that I received are these interferences. Now, I've had these before, like when I first joined Decoart Artist Helping Artists program. And I played with them some back then that I don't have anymore. So I figured it would be time to do kind of like a little refresher, you know, little refresher practice with these. So I got this one in turquoise, in blue, and in magenta. And basically what it does is that it goes on kind of like a clear, but it has this like iridescence to it. And the iridescence will kind of shimmer in either a magenta and blue tones or in turquoise tones. Super pretty, especially when you're seeing things from kind of like an angle. It almost kind of looks holographic to a certain extent. So super cool with those. And as I told you guys before, I was going to be ordering some new misters from Decoart, because I do have the other ones that I've shared with you in the past. And I wanted to be able to kind of compare them, or, you know, compare how they are one to the other. And stay tuned for that, because in an upcoming video, I'm going to go ahead and compare the Decoart to, I mean, there might not be not much of a comparison, but for you guys that want to see how they spray, how they apply, and how they look, because they are totally different products. This is acrylic based, right? This is permanent, acid-free. It's water-based, professional grade mister. It's heavily concentrated, and you guys, they're not joking with that. This is heavily concentrated. You can literally make almost 3 bottles if you dilute this, okay? If you dilute it properly. And basically, you just shake it and then you use it. The issues that I've had with this in the past is that this always clogged. I don't know if they've changed this since the last ones that I've had, but they always clog. Again, that's like my biggest pet peeve with these, which is why I don't tend to use them as much. But we're going to go ahead and basically go over some of these different ones that I have here. I have the Lindy's, I have the Tina Wakely, I have the Zep After, and these are working. So we're going to be testing them out with these since they're new, and hopefully they won't, they'll spray properly for me. So I got this, as you can see the mica in there. I don't know if you guys can see that too well, but these are shimmers, so they do have mica in them. And that mica sometimes is kind of what gets clogged up in the little nozzle thing. So we'll see how it kind of goes. If anything, I might just transfer these out from this bottle to another bottle. That might spray a little bit better for me. So we have the Decoart Turquoise, and these are medium misters, okay? And these are the shimmer ones. And this is yellow. We have the violet. I got a black, and I also got a white. You can do a lot of mixing with these. You can lighten this up with that. You can mix these up and make kind of like a green, you know, like a melony kind of color. So there's different ways that we can use these up and mix these up. And again, you'll find all of these products listed down below. And last but not least is this glass paint marker, which I like to use these sometimes for outlining my work after it's done, because when they dry very shiny, and they give you some a very nice kind of outline. And they have these in different sizes as well, and they also have packs that come with different colors, so you can definitely check that out. If you want to look for the packs, you just want to basically search Decoart glass paint markers, you know, in a pack. And I think the pack is like 5 or 6 of them that comes per pack. Kind of open this up so we can see how thick this one is. And it is a paint marker, so it basically says this is like if you want to like customize, like let's say a cup, like a mug or a plate, or some kind of glass surface, or even some kind of metallic surface, then what you would want to do is basically you know, draw your design, you know, create your design, and then you want to bake this. Okay, you can allow it to air dry for about 8 hours, or you can. Okay, so basically it says shake will allow paint project to air cure completely for 8 hours. So you have to cure it for 8 hours completely, and then you can bake it at 375 for 40 minutes, okay? In a non-preheated oven. Allow project to cool with the oven door open, okay? And then once you do that, it'll be permanently on, you know, your surface, and you can wash it, you know, you can do all of that, and it's not gonna go away. So it's super cool for like customizing things like that. And I might use it to, you know, kind of draw myself out, you know, a little custom mug for my happydaycrafts.com shop. So those are the items that we got today. So what I'm gonna do, and this is the reason kind of why I've been doing these videos live, you guys, is because I have to upgrade my computer. I'm not gonna say upgrade some parts of it. I just have to upgrade the whole thing. Creating, you know, recording the videos has become increasingly a little, you know, more difficult. So as I wait, which hopefully in the next couple of weeks I'll be able to upgrade my computer and start finally creating videos more regularly. But in the meanwhile, I've been doing these lives, and I know that the lives can be a little bit longer. You can just go ahead and skip through to the parts that you're interested in. So we're gonna go ahead and put this up here because I want to share with you how these gessos kind of look. This we won't be testing out today. We're going to be mainly testing out the gessos, and I'll show you what some of the acrylics kind of look like. So I chose this to basically do my testing for today. So we have first on the board is going to be the Chalky gesso, and this is going to be in the white. And like I said, I did test this out. What I will say is that this was originally this color. Let me open this again. This was originally this color. You gotta take the whole key out in order to open the box. And I did go ahead and gesso it, but I had to gesso it twice in order to be able to not see the cardboard through it. So it does go on a little bit on a sheerer side, a lighter side. And I'll show you what I mean. Let me see if I find a brush that I can use. Okay. So basically, as you can see, it's still kind of sheer. You can still kind of see through it a little bit. Let me go ahead and create some markings here. So you guys can kind of see more or less how it goes over and covers up. It's very light. It's not a thick product at all. The pencil that I use is water soluble, so it is kind of mixing in there. Maybe that was not the right pencil to use, but it kind of covered it up because it blended with it. So let's try something else. Let's try a permanent marker. Let me go for a permanent marker. Let's see. What can we try? Let's try the Spectrum Noir. I'm gonna just, you can tell I don't use these markers very often or at all. That's garbage. I've been kind of going through all of my supplies and throwing out all the ones that are no longer of any use. Let's see this touch 5 and see if this one will do a trick for me. Oh, I found another Spectrum Noir. Let's see. This one? There we go. And I laid them flat, but they still dry out. Alright, so we've gone ahead and done this marking here. And let's go ahead and test this baby out. So you'll get some coverage, but if you want to cover it up completely, as I mentioned before, you're going to have to give it 2 coats. Allow to dry between coats, or quick dry with a heat tool, and then you can go ahead and proceed. It has a very nice tooth to it. I really do like the graininess of it. And I like this especially when it comes to sketching and drawing, or if you're trying to doodle and things like that. Super helpful if you have if you're trying to do like those types of projects or those types of crafts. Sometimes with some of the regular gestures you can't really draw unless you have like a Stabilo pencil or one of those pencils that you can write on all kind of surfaces. Sometimes it doesn't really work too well with just like regular gesso, but I wanted you guys to see basically how it was. And so I'm going to go ahead and give that another coat so you can kind of see. You can still kind of see the shadow of it. Here it kind of blends it with the pen, but you could with the pencil, but you can still kind of see some of the markings that I did, even though it kind of blends it. And this has nothing in the background. So I'm going to go ahead and just give it another coat. And once you give it that second coat, that should be all that you need. But in the event that, you can still kind of see through it, then you might need a lot more. For something like art journal pages, you don't need to go 2 coats unless you really want to. You can do 1 coat, should be fine. You want to do the 2 coats mainly if you're trying to really cover something up in the background. If all you're trying to do is just prime your surface because you're going to be adding a whole bunch of layers of paints and sprays and all different kinds of things, and you don't necessarily have to go, a whole bunch of layers with the gesso. 1 layer should be enough. But if you mess up somewhere and you're like, oh, I did a oopsie, I need to cover this up, then you're going to want to at least go over that twice so that you truly, truly cover that up. Okay, so that's the white. Now, I'm not sure when is the next time that I'll be able to go live. You guys, it's going to be really touch and go for the next couple. Like I said, they've been doing repairs and things like that in my house. So it's been a little chaotic. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to go ahead and kind of like do this box here and do this crazy little zigged out pattern. So we're going to go ahead and apply it. I haven't tried the beige, so I don't really know how opaque it is. So we'll see now. How far all this is spread. So it's got good spreadability. And you saw I just took a little bit. And it does spread out nicely, and it thins out very nicely. And it did kind of cover that up a little bit better, so you can, with that one, you can get away with it. But definitely, as always, add 2 coats if you really want to cover that up. And I think this is going to be great for when I do like my portraits. So I'm really excited about that. And then this is what it is. Regular. It's very creamy. This one is got a certain level of thickness to it. The white one is a little bit more diluted. I would say it's a lot thinner. This one has a little bit more creamy of a consistency to it. But I think on like vintagey projects, those types of things, this will be an awesome starting base because you already kind of have like that vintagey tone, and you don't ever want to really use white or things like that when you're doing like vintage projects. So you already start off with a good, you know, not white base. So that's awesome. Okay, and that's that one. Let me go ahead and test out the gray, and these are all in the chalky finish. Let me shake it first, just in case. You know how thick it is. Kind of sounds like the baby formula when I used to give my babies. Super thick with all of that baby cereal that we put inside of it. Okay, so this is the gray. And I thought of the gray for doing like industrial type projects, you know, things that we work like with steampunk. Sometimes you don't necessarily want that completely like, you know, black base. And sometimes you don't want that white base. And this is like the happy medium between the two. And this one goes on really nice and thick. So with this one, I don't even think that you would need two coats, but let's go ahead and see. Let's give it our marker test and see what it does. See how well that covers up the marker. And thin it out. The gray has great coverage. The gray has, so obviously the darker it gets, the better it covers, basically. So we automatically know that the black is going to be, you know, amazing. Now I didn't get the black in the chalky because I have the black chalky paint by Decoart, and it is not a true black. It is kind of like how can I? It's almost like a charcoal kind of black. Like it's got like that gray ashy tone to it. And I didn't really. It's good for some things, but I already had the regular black gesso, so this is basically what I wanted. I wanted it to be true black. So this is what those look like, you guys. Okay, so we have the gray, we have the beige, and we have the white. And let me just do a quick little test with a pencil and draw over this, and just see kind of how it looks. That's a white. Well, let me see with the white. And this is a Derwent. So let's just do like a circle. Let's see. I'm actually ripping up my cardboard here. Let me try a different pencil. And this is why most of these videos are done pre-recorded and shared after, because we go through things like this. We go through things like this. Let me see. This one will write on just about any surface. This is a Faber-Castell aquarelle graphite. So it's basically a water-soluble graphite. Trying to see if I can find another pencil here. Okay, this is a charcoal. So black. So you can basically see that you can draw very nicely. You can basically draw very nicely over the chalky. So if you like to do doodles and things like that, and you want to be able to basically doodle on your projects with, you know, regular pencils, regular pens, just regular everyday items, then you can definitely use the chalky finish. That will be a great starter for you. Now, let's go ahead and test out on the other side some of the regular gestures. And this is the white. And then we'll try to do the same thing with the markers, and we'll try to test it with the pencils, and just to show you guys just the difference. And again, this is the first time I'm trying this. I'm not sure if this is a new recipe for them or not. It says seal and add tooth to mold surfaces for maximum traditional artist acrylic adhesion. Smooth, extremely flexible, and highly pigmented for superior coverage in one coat. So one coat should do it. So this is what it looks like regular. I don't necessarily know if one coat um, will do it. I think you're gonna need 2 coats for superior coverage. For regular basic coverage, 1 coat should be fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the marker test and see how it holds up and what we can see through that. And I'm not cleaning my brush in water. I'm just dry brushing it to move the pigment around. Okay, so let's go ahead and see. Okay, okay, Decoart, I'm not mad at you guys. It does, it actually does. It does. So I take those words back. It does actually cover with one coat. I don't see the lines anymore. So that's really, really good. And then I'm going to create an area for testing with the marker. I'm going to show you guys the black, but I'm not going to test out the black. What I will do with the black later on is probably put some of those Galaxy glitter paints on it so you guys can see what those colors look like. I like how it spreads. It spreads really, really nicely. I'll be interested to see how long it starts taking to dry, because that's so, the issue that us artists run into a lot is that our mediums start drying out really fast. Um, so we'll see how that kind of works out. I'm going to go ahead and cover this one up now. And we'll let that dry, and then we'll test out the pen, and we'll test out the pencil on that one and see how easy or how difficult it is to draw on. I know I've tested out various gessos in the past, and they do not all work the same. Every brand creates their gesso slightly different, same purpose but slightly different. So you have to keep that in mind. This is why we tend to try different gessos out until we find out one that we really love. Once I played with the chalky paint, I knew in my heart that I needed a gesso that was just like that. I just fell in love with just the way that it felt on the surfaces. I love the way that it felt on the surfaces. So this is the black, you guys, and it's really thick, really, really thick. I think this is going to have amazing, amazing coverage. And it is true to its color. It's officially totally black. Because again, sometimes, we'll buy these products that the color will be one thing, but when you apply it, it looks slightly different. Again, I experienced that with Decoart's version of black in the chalky paint. It's not very black at all. Um, it's like a really, really dark, dark gray, but you can totally tell that it's not completely black. So it was like, okay, you can totally use it for some things, but not for everything. That requires, you to have a true, true black color. So that applies really nicely, very smooth, super thick, but it glides really nicely. And this has a little bit of resistance to it, this cardboard, because of how dry the surface is. So let's go ahead and check out, let's do our, well, actually, we're not going to do that, right? That's what we said. So let me just go ahead and extend this, actually, because I'm going to go ahead and test out my Galaxy glitter paints over this black gesso to see how it looks. And I'm not going to test the misters out in this video, but I will do a comparison, or I'll demo them during one of my upcoming live streams so that you guys can see how they are in comparison to one another. because again, they're different sprays. They do different things. So we're going to go ahead and cover that up. And where's my little rag that I've been using? All right, so it dries rather quickly. It does dry rather quickly. Let me go ahead and grab my pencil. So as far as writing in a regular pencil, I wish I could find a regular pencil like super quick around here, but that's kind of tough right now. All right, so I'm just gonna draw a circle, and I do feel it does have some tooth to it. And again, you know, I'm using a charcoal pencil. This is a little bit on the heavier side. If you're trying to use like a regular pencil, I'm trying to see if I can find one that acts more like a regular pencil. Okay, this is a 4H. This is acts more like a regular pencil. It kind of lifts up the gesso a little bit because of the fine points, but it does write on it. So if I needed to kind of like draw an eye, for example, I will be able to draw. And then be able to, you know, add all my other little details and stuff like that. So it does actually pretty well with pencil. Because pencil is like my favorite way of drawing for the most part. I don't tend to get too technical, too fancy, unless I'm doing like a different kind of portrait or something like that. And I don't really share those too much here on YouTube. Those are usually for my private, quiet enjoyment. Whenever I start doing like, you know, those heavy duty sketch type projects. But this works really nice, and it actually makes me want to draw right now. So that's really, really cool. And then as far as pencil, I mean a pen. That was pencil. This is pen. So as you guys can see, it does thumbs up all the way up, and I'm gonna tell you why. The regular Decoart gesso, which came in the little container, was a pain in the butt. I'm gonna say it now. The ones that came in these little containers, it was a pain in the butt. When it came to being able to draw and being able to do those types of things over that gesso, it was extremely, extremely hard. And that's a big reason why I actually ended up looking for water soluble pencils, was because whenever I would use it, I would try to sketch over my gesso to either create a face or, you know, create a scene or whatever the case may be. It was super, super difficult because of the way that it dried. It was kind of plasticky. It was almost like the heavy gel, but in a gesso. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm trying to say, but when it dried, it didn't dry like this. It didn't have that tooth. It didn't have that graininess to it. So I'm really happy. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Decoart. Thumbs up all the way across. Loving the chalky gessos. You guys know I love, love, love it. I mean, I can draw on it. I can do all types of things on it. I cannot wait to see how it works with watercolors and see how good of how good it is for priming surfaces to be able to play with watercolors, because we don't always have watercolor, you know, books and papers and stuff like that. It'd be awesome to be able to grab a regular cardboard, let's say, and prime it and be able to play with watercolors. So that'll be something that I'll be testing out in a later video. But definitely love it, love it, love it. And I got enough gesso to last me for a while. And I'm super excited because, like I said before, once I do get my computer upgraded, which I have part of it. I just don't have the whole thing. I'm waiting on a monitor, which is the only thing that I have to get now. I have the tower and I have all of that. I just don't have the monitor, and I don't want to hook it up to my flat screen TV, because then it's just gonna be too much wires and too many, you know, too much clutter in one spot. So what I'm trying to do is, you know, get one that I can mount to my wall so that I can have my tower. I'm no longer gonna be working off of a laptop, which is what I've been doing. I'm upgrading to an actual desktop, and so once I get that going, then I'll be able to do more regular videos. I have a lot of DIYs to share, you guys. I've come up with so many tips and tricks. and just little things here and there that I've gone discovering that I would love to be able to share with you guys. Again, I've been focusing more on projects when I do my live, because I know that that's basically what a lot of you guys are here for. But I know a lot of you also appreciate, you know, those little moments of genius where we actually get to discover something new. So I do have a lot of those things. I have a huge list of just different DIYs that I want to share with you guys. So stay tuned for that, because upgrades are coming. Upgrades are on the way. It's just a matter of time, you guys. All right, so let's go ahead and test out some of these new ones. Now, like I said before, this is the new one right here. These are the matte metallics, okay? And again, you're gonna find similar products all over the place. You're gonna find similar products in a lot of different places. Excuse me, I drank some coffee and I'm kind of getting hiccups now. Maybe a little bit more coffee will fix it. So this is the gold. So I'm just gonna add a little swatch right here for you guys. Let's see. So let me shake it really well. You always want to make sure that you shake your paints. And it has a lot of shine to it. But as you can see, it's not as opaque as, let's say, the dazzling metallics. And I'm gonna see if I find the gold. But it's somewhat sheer, so you can still see some of the black through it. Hopefully, you guys can see that well. You can still see some of the black through that. Let's see. I was painting yesterday and I was using a gold. Okay, I guess I'll have to show you guys in the next round. I am not as organized because I had to move a lot of stuff around. I'm still kind of moving stuff around. I decided to take this little break today and like try to put myself together because I'm losing my mind with all of the stuff that's going on in the house, all of the back and forth, and just all of the organizing and reorganizing and all of that good stuff. Let me really shake this green. I'm gonna shake it 12. So that's the gold. If you want to make it super opaque, you're gonna definitely need more than one coat. But it's super shiny. I really like it. It's super, super shiny. Even though it's supposed to be matte, it doesn't really look too matte. It still has some shine to it. So you'll still get that metallic, the essence of metallic in it. See the green? Oh, that green is yummy. Oh man, it's like an emerald green. It's beautiful. It's so pretty. I don't know if you guys can see that. You probably can, but let me see if I can do it on the white so you guys can see how pretty that green is. But again, you guys see it's sheer. So if you want to make it opaque, definitely let it dry or speed dry it really quickly. And then you can go ahead and add another layer if you're trying to make it opaque, okay? Because it does, it's kind of see-through. It's kind of see-through. So that's the green and then that's the gold. So definitely I do like them. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get other colors to play with. But I chose the gold and the green because I like to do a lot of nature-y things and a lot of things to do with like the sea. And gold and green is usually colors that you find both in nature as well as the ocean. So that's definitely a must-have for me. I always need it. And so the next things that we're going to go ahead and just check out the colors of are these. And again, I'm going to try for my future videos, once I get my whole computer situation set up, I'll do these demos and stuff. I'll pre-record them. That way I can go, you know, straight to the points that I'm trying to make. So we're going to go ahead and try this green. This is the extraterrestrial green. And again, with this, it's kind of like, depending on how you're trying to apply, there's different ways. What I like to do is actually blot it onto my projects, because when I do brush it on, it spreads the glitter out like really, really far. So what I do, in order to have a concentrated amount of glitter on my projects, I'll just kind of blot it on and then just kind of move it around. This part of it makes me feel kind of like a nail tech, you know, when they're applying the designs to your nails, if they're like moving the little gemstones around and stuff like that. This is kind of like that. So you kind of have to play with it a little bit. And like I said, you just kind of blot it in. And that's how you want to apply this. Because when you brush it, you see how the glitter, um, it gets really, really, you know, sparse out. So if you don't want it to get, you know, if you don't want it to be so thinned out, what you want to do is that when you're using a glitter paint, you want to blot that glitter paint onto your surface so that you have the most concentrated amount of glitter in one area. Because again, if you brush it on, no matter how many times I brush that glitter on, all I'm doing is spreading the glitter out. It's not leaving any kind of saturation. And for some things, like a night sky with just like a certain amount of like stars here and there, that would be perfect. But for some things, we want to have it really, really saturated. We want to be able to see that glitter everywhere. And this is basically the best practice that I've noticed, gives me that kind of a result. So when I want it to be like really, really saturated, then I'll just blot that glitter paint right on. And usually that does the trick for me. Brushing it on, you're going to have to do a lot of coats, you guys. You're going to have to do a lot of coats in order to get that level of opaqueness. And let me just bring that up to you guys again so that you guys can see. And it's super pretty. Let me actually do it here on the white as well so that you can see. I might have to add a little bit more gesso to that surface there. But when you do it like this, even if you have a little bit on your brush, you can still, you know, do more with it than if you brushed it out. So just basically blotting it on will give you the most saturation of that color. And it's so pretty. It's got greens and silvers. And it's got, I think, 2 different types of greens. Or 3 different, actually. It's got 3 different colors of green. From light to dark. The darkest being almost like it looks almost like a black, but it's most likely like a hunter green kind of color. And then we have the little bits of silver. So it's really, really pretty. Really, really, really pretty. So let's go ahead and test out this other one. This is Supernova Berry. Again, I've been loving like the direction that Decoart is going with their products. They're introducing so many amazing products. So many yummy, yummy products that not only regular artists but crafters, paper crafters alike will definitely enjoy. Trying to get some of that glitter out from before. And even after your brush dries, definitely you want to flick it a little bit, get some of that glitter off, because you're going to have glitter all over your brush. So you might want to have specific brushes that you use for glitter paint, because it's going to have glitter all up in the bristles. All right, so this one is Supernova Berry. And off the gate, I see blues, magenta, and we'll see what else. Silver. So we have some magenta, we have some silver in here. I believe I see purple. And that's what I love about the Galaxy glitters as well, is that it's not just like 1 color or 2 colors. It's literally like a glitter mix of all like fine to like super fine glitter. So you have different size glitters in here. So Decoart has definitely been paying attention to the trends. I will say that. But look how pretty. I don't know if you guys can see that very well against the black, but hopefully you can. It's really, really nice. And you can definitely see those little pops of purple in there. And again, this is supposed to be, you know, represent like galaxies and like space and, you know, nebulas and supernovas and all of that good stuff. And it's super awesome because it kind of makes an easy job of creating a night sky. The next color up, which I think we can see that one pretty well. And we've seen this one as the Silver Moon, so I'm not going to go ahead and test that. Well, maybe I will. maybe you missed that video. So let's go ahead and just give this a quick little shake. Give it a quick little shake and test it out. And again, see, when you try to brush it out, you're going to spread that glitter out. So just blot it in there. And then you can control exactly how much glitter you put where. And you can kind of move it around a little bit if you want to fill in certain areas. Let's say you're on that last little bit of glitter paint. And you're like, oh no, I don't have enough to cover my whole entire, like, you know, square or whatever. Then you can just basically move the glitters around, play with it, and make a little bit go a really long way. So it's all about how you play with it. It's all about how you use it. But this one basically has a whole bunch of colors. It looks like just regular old silver by looking at it at the bottom, but it is far from that. We have here blues, orange. We have teal. We have red. And of course the silver. So there's like 4 or 5 or even 6 different colors happening in just that one. And again, absolutely love it. I love playing with my Galaxy glitters. Love it, love it, love it. It's right up there with my metallic paints. I've done a few projects that I believe came out super, super amazing using that. And I'll show you my 2 most recent ones are the tags that I haven't put them up on my store yet. I haven't put the toppers up yet, but I'm working on that, you guys. It's been crazy couple weeks. But I added, if you guys can see all of that iridescence on the branches, that's all from the Galaxy glitter paints. Here on the lightning, that's all from the Galaxy glitter paints. And you can see all of that yummy, yummy. So, super cool for adding like those little touches here and there. And I'm sorry if my angle's a little bit off on my camera, but here we go. So let's go ahead and test out the last one for these. And like I mentioned, I'm not gonna test out the whatchamacallits, the misters yet, because I'm gonna do a video dedicated just to the misters that I have, all the different ones, so that we can just see and compare the different ones and just how they apply. And this color here is the Milky Way blue. Is their baby blue version of it, and I am in love with this because I just see my oceans filled with this glitter. So you guys know there's a project already underway. I cannot wait to apply some of this yumminess to my waters. Okay, to my ocean waters, create some beautiful waves. Love it, love it, love it. I love it. This and the green so far, my favorites, all time favorites. Okay, and I'm sure that if you get your hands on one of these or a couple of these, definitely get a couple of them if you can, you're gonna love it too. You're gonna love it too. Trust me, you're gonna love it. Because again, it's not just for mixed media artists or people that just, you know, deal with mediums and paints. Paper crafters as well. All your different kind of paper projects, your journals, your albums, your, you know, all different types of stuff that you guys create with. You can totally apply glitter. Everything in life needs a little bit of sparkle, okay? Everything. And so this is definitely yummy, yummy. And like I said, this has baby blue in it. It has a beautiful baby blue in it. And then it's got an even lighter shade of that baby blue. And then it's got a darker shade of that baby blue, plus a little bit of magenta, plus some silver. Like Decoart, whoever is your mixologist, whoever is creating these things, amazing, 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 amazing. In love, can I just say in love? And remember, you guys, Decoart helps artists, you guys. So whenever you get the chance, I do highly recommend and promote the purchase of their products because they help other artists out, okay? And we come from all different walks of life, all different kind of income levels, you know, but we're all trying to create, we're all trying to express, and we're all trying to share. So whenever you do have the ability to purchase a Decoart product, I do highly recommend that you do that because they do so much for your local artists. They do so much. Like I said, they've been supporting me and helping me on my crafty journey for almost 5 years, you guys. That's a long, long time. And I'm surprised I'm still in here, but yes, you guys still going strong, and a big deal and a big part of that is because of Decoart. So I want to say thank you so much to them for that, and for all the other people that they help out on a consistent and regular basis. You guys, this is so amazing. So I think what the last things that I have to share, and I don't even know if they're gonna really show through too well, are these interferences. And again, this kind of turns the surface almost holographic. Um, do I have a plastic? I think that on a plastic, it will probably be better for me to show you than on paper. But let me see. Um, I'm trying to find my clear stencil material. Oh, let's see, there's my other stencil material. All right, you guys, right? Que sera, sera. I think that's the story of my life right now. I can't find anything ever, ever, ever. Anywho, let's go ahead and we'll test it on this because I don't have another choice. So I'm gonna go ahead and do give it a little bit of white. Oh, actually, I'll do it right over that. I'll do it right over my little doodles here. So we have the interference in magenta, and let's see if it shows. Hopefully it does. This is not going to be the last time that you guys are going to see this product. So if you're interested in me diving in a little bit deeper into any of these products that I have shown before, or even of the other products that you have seen me use before, and maybe you're not quite understanding how to use them, or you're looking for alternate ways to use them, feel free to just ask me that in the description, not in the description, you guys, in the comments section down below. Make sure to leave that comment, leave that request, and I will do my best to kind of feed it in there. So we're gonna basically just kind of paint this over, and I'm gonna see if I can do the different colors in here and see how that kind of looks. So right now I just added the magenta. It's really hard to see, you guys. It's really hard to see. Um, you can definitely see it's got like a pinky tone to it, but it goes on clear, like it applies super clear. But when you hit it from different angles, then you'll pick up different colors. So again, very holographic in that way. And I believe that any of these mediums that have the word interference in them is going to create that kind of a situation. This one is the turquoise. So when you're applying them, you don't really see a color. I know you guys are probably looking at me like, what the heck, Carmen? I don't see anything. But hopefully once I put it on the camera, you guys will be able to see that. That is always the goal. Add a little bit in the center of that. And just because we have a circle here, let's add a little bit in the circle there. And it's very loose. It's very watered down. It's almost like they're media fluids. Very watered down. And then this is the blue. No, yeah, the blue. Yep. And like you can see it, like when you have it close up, you can totally see the color on it. I just don't know if it's gonna show up, you know, on this surface. So hopefully this was for nothing. But for the next time that I do share this, which will probably be in one of the upcoming videos, because I do plan on using this on quite a couple different projects, then I'll be able to hopefully demo it a little bit better. Maybe it'll show on black. Let's see. So today we didn't do much of a project, you guys, but I do promise to be back, hopefully sooner rather than later. I'm not really quite sure how my week is looking so far. I mean, it's only Monday, but I'm not really sure how my week is going to be looking like this week. Last week, I didn't really go live because they had people in my house, and I kind of told you guys that was going to be happening. They're not completely done yet. So we'll see how it all kind of unfolds. Okay, so that's the magenta, and then let's go ahead and add a little bit of that green in here, just for the heck of it. And then I'm going to bring it up to the light so that hopefully you guys can see the fluorescence, the fluorescentness in it, right? Is that how you say it? Fluorescentness? Fluorescent something. Fluorescence, you guys. Fluorescence. Oh, you can really see the green on the black. Yeah, definitely. If I had to, like, let's say you had these three to buy, right? And you're like, I don't know which one of them is actually going to show. Oh, there goes Venus making her introduction. I will go with the turquoise. The turquoise right off the gate, I see it. And I already know for a fact that this is going to go on a mermaid's tail, on a mermaid's hair, on a mermaid's everything. I already know this is going to be sea themes all the way. But you can totally see it there. On the black, you can really see that green. So let's see. Let me see if I can pick it up here. I'm waiting to see if I can see it on my end. Maybe you can see it with the eye. I can see it here. I can see it looks kind of purplish. Did I get a purple? Yeah, I did. Right? The magenta is kind of purplish, but not all the way. The magenta looks kind of purplish. Let me see. I'm too far up. I gotta figure out how I put this camera because I moved it. I moved the camera, you guys, and I don't know where the heck I am. All right, so I painted this whole area here with these iridescent mediums here. And again, I think that these will look really, really nicely on plastic as opposed to paper. I'm gonna be testing that theory out. I need to test that theory out. But just from the looks of it, I think that if I was to paint it over on plastic and let's say overlay that plastic over a project or over a shaped area or whatever the case may be, I think that I will get a beautiful result. I think I would definitely appreciate that a little bit more because it's kind of hard. I don't know if you guys can catch it. Let's see. This is the green, the turquoise. I call it green, but it's the turquoise one. It's right here. You can really see that turquoise. So if you're looking for an interference and you don't really know which one to get, definitely that turquoise. This is the blue right here. And you can see the blue. The magenta one is still drying a little bit. The magenta, I mean, you can see all three of them. This is the blue, this is the magenta, and this is the green. So you can definitely see them. How it translates on the camera, that's a different situation. But hopefully you guys can see it on the eye, how it just kind of, all the different hues of colors that you kind of pick up. I'm trying to bring this down so you guys can really see it. But I love it. Let me see. Love it, love it. I'm here just like moving this thing around, trying to get you guys to see the iridescence of it all. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. I'm not sure. But hopefully you do. Hopefully you caught some glimpses of it. Because I don't see it. I don't see it. I'm trying to see it in the video and I don't see it. But anyway, you guys, this is gonna be it for today, I believe. I have a lot of stuff still to get done here. And so hopefully I'll be catching you guys in the next couple, you know, with some kind of project or some kind of news. I wanted to give you guys a quick little store update before I let you guys go, because I was supposed to be releasing the stencils for, you know, I was supposed to be releasing the stencils now, but I'm not gonna be able to do it. I don't think I'm gonna have to push the stencil release till August, to August the 1st, or you know, the first week of August when I do my chipboard release. I think I'm gonna have to group it that way, and just see kind of how it goes. I do have some designs that I've been kind of playing with and working with. This is one of them, one of the upcoming ones, just to give you guys a quick little sneak peek. So I do have stuff. I've been working on stuff here and there. I've already tested this one out. This one came out super nice. This is the one that I used on this box here. So I used this one, and I've been playing a lot with Roman numerals. Right now I'm like obsessed with Roman numerals. So I've been playing a lot with Roman numerals. So you're gonna get a few different stencils with Roman numerals in it, as well as some other designs as well. But this is basically what I used here, and then I used my gridlock stencil. So everything here is a stencil that I've designed on here. And you can see like the Roman numerals. I do have to kind of fix it a little bit, which is why I tend to demo them. This one has my organic stencil on the side, but you can see more of that gridlock pattern here. And it's not done yet, but it will be done soon. And then it has this little key, and that's how you lock the box, because without it, the box is open And you can very easily open it, but as soon as you put your key in it and you lock it, bang, turn it to the side, your box is locked. I think it's super cute, and I'm still waiting on that. This is a resin piece that I created from a mold that I purchased a little while ago. She kind of reminds me of Alice in Wonderland, so I thought this was pretty cool. So yeah, you guys. So I'm still currently working on that. I just haven't really had a lot of time to do like final touches and definitely production. Plus, I'm running low on stencils, so I have to order some more stencil material because, you know, that's how it goes. I've been sending out a lot of stencils lately, which is super awesome. But now I gotta restock. And so I have enough to do like a few orders. If I get a few orders, you know, from here to then, I have enough to do that. But just moving forward and ongoing, especially once I drop the new release, because most of the sales come in around the time when I do drop my releases. So I don't want you guys to think that I'm like falling behind, like, oh my God, Carmen just kind of like threw everything to the side. No, no, no. That's not what's going on. It's just a lot of things are happening. I have repairs happening in my house. They have to kind of like redo my whole bathroom. I have my whole entire house painted, and with that, obviously, you know, you got to move a whole bunch of stuff around. We're a big family. We have a big apartment. There's a lot of stuff to move around. There's a lot of stuff to do. I'm trying to reorganize all of these things. I'm also trying to switch my craft area situation to another part of the house. So it's just a lot going on. In the midst of all of that, I'm trying to design. I'm trying to produce. I'm trying to create. I'm trying to be creative. So like, there's just a lot of things that are going on. So do excuse me for that. I do hope that you guys understand and bear with me and have patience. If I do get any orders, I will be shipping them out. I left my equipment set up so that I can go ahead and process anything that I do receive. But in the meanwhile, it's just a little bit, I'm exhausted. Basically, I'm exhausted, you guys, by the time that, you know, it's time for me to like sit down and say, okay, let me do this, let me do that. So I do have some designs. I am going to be releasing them. It's not going to be a major stencil release. Like, it's not going to be huge like the one before where I had a whole bunch of different designs. It's going to be a little bit smaller this time around, only because I'm going to have another design release coming up later on in that month. So this is like backed up. So I'm kind of debating. Maybe I'll just save it and just do like one big, you know, stencil release like in the middle of August, and then just not do any for now for July, because again, it's just timing wise, everything is crazy. So I'm kind of trying to figure this whole situation out. It's just a lot of different moving parts, a lot of different components, and I'm trying to, you know, float through all of this. But don't want to dwell too much on that. Just wanted to give you guys the heads up. If you haven't checked out my store, please, please, please do. It's happydaycrafts.com. Make sure that if you are visiting me and you're coming from this side of the woods, that you go over it right in that menu section. I have a little space there where you can go ahead and click, and you can leave me a nice little message, kind of like my little yearbook. That's kind of how I see it, like a little yearbook. And just, you know, give me a little shout out. Not necessarily a shout out, but, you know, let me know that you were there. That's basically what I mean by the little shout out. Let me know that you were there. I would love to hear from you, and I would love to be able to keep you as part of my ongoing memories. Yes, yes, yes. And so with that being said, I want to wish you all an awesome day. Have an awesome rest of the week. Be on the lookout for my posts, because there's where I'm going to show you guys or let you guys know what's going to be happening shop-wise, video-wise, etc., etc., etc. You guys know how that goes. Thank you all so much. I hope that you enjoyed the demo. I know, as always, I'm like all over the place, but you guys know how it is. You know how I am. And I hope that you still enjoy me enough, you know, to come back over and over and over. So I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.